job to know the roster. I'm Taylor Bennett. I'm working the sidelines tonight.
Okay, cool. Nice to meet you.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna record them.
Okay.
All right. So we all know your situation tonight, but we really don't know much about you as a quarterback. How would you describe your style of play?
Oh, well, oh man.
Hey, what's up, man?
Well, I'm one of those guys who thrives in chaos. You know, even when the pocket's collapsing, I can buy time and push the ball downfield.
Okay. Now, how about your personality? Or better yet, how would your teammates describe you?
How my teammates describe me.
Yeah, were you intense? You were cutthroat, a great leader, a jokester? Give me something.
You know, they say I like to keep things loose in the locker room. Football's important, but it doesn't mean you can't have fun.
Okay, so a little bit of work hard, play hard, that kind of thing?
Yeah, a little bit of both. Yeah.
Yo, Taylor. Hey, can I borrow him for a second?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Wait, hold up. You're a Heisman voter, right? Hey, I'm coming for that award next year. Look out for me.
Oh, I will.
Okay. All right, listen. You ready, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah? Because winning the national championship means everything to me. All right, I made a promise to my brother. And since I can't throw the ball to myself, we need to be on the same page, you feel me?
I got you, man. Got you.
All right. Easiest pitch and catch. And you do that tonight, and we move on.
All right, I just talked to Coach. He insists on going with a simplified game plan for you tonight.
What do you think?
Well, his thinking is we keep it simple, you don't get overwhelmed, and then we rely on the defense to do their part.
Wait, hold on. This is a joke?
All right, look, Coach just wants to put him in the best position to succeed.
No, this ain't high school ball, man. All right, this is the semifinals. If we go out there and simplify, they're going to destroy us. Come on, this is crazy, right? Right?
Agreed. Coach needs to wake up. I'm ready for this.
Man, forget about him, man.
Listen, I don't care how much you played, you're a leader on this team. Leaders, sometimes they have to do what's right, even if they don't like it.
Got it, Coach. I got you.
Yeah?
Well, outside it's a rare Texas snowstorm, but we are indoors here at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And tonight it's the first of our college football playoff semifinal matchups, as we'll see the Florida Gators taking on the Clemson Tigers.
What's up, bro? Good luck tonight.
Thanks.
Hey, man, don't listen to the critics. You got all the talent in the world. Just go out there and put on a show.
Thanks. Means a lot.
All right, man. Hit me up when you get to the league.
Yeah.
For the right to play for a national championship next Monday night in Santa Clara, we are underway from Arlington in the national playoff semifinal. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here we go, the first snap of his college career. Clemson has it 1st and 10. On first down, Jewell. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Clemson, of course, back in the college football playoff for the 4th consecutive year. Champions in the 2016 season. Trying to make it 2 titles in 3 years if they can get things done.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 30 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. And he will score. Touchdown, Clemson. Isaiah Streets, 30 yards. And Clemson has taken the early lead. That has to be just a gigantic confidence builder for an inexperienced quarterback. A long touchdown pass on this opening drive.
And truthfully, it doesn't matter how far the ball travels in the air. It's the end result. When you see the official raise his arms and realize you've completed a touchdown pass, your confidence goes sky high.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Gators now with a 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it in for a Gator touchdown. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Clemson offense here set to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that? Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a gain of 35. Well, that student section wasn't alive. They are alive and well now. That chunk play woke them up. It is starting to get really, really loud in here as this offense is on the move here in the first quarter. A first down carry for Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Well, as a coach, this is what keeps you up at night in the days leading up to this semifinal. You worry about the turnovers, and that's his first INT.
You're supposed to dwell on the positive, but you're exactly right. We don't know a coach out there that doesn't worry about what can go wrong, and this really shouldn't be a surprise. We knew they'd throw the kitchen sink at him defensively. Pressure, a lot of disguises and coverages. He's got a lot to wade through in this game. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to spring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days that they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football? Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they're a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Reddick sets to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Got it.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Reddick. Over the middle to Smith. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 15 yards on the play. First down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. And you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense. It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So that's going to move them half the distance.
First of all, you can't jump in this situation, but think about your play calling now. Could easily change what you want to do and maybe make things a little bit easier.
Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer. Now Reddick. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
They'll look to throw here, and that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down, get 3.
It was daunting to begin with, wasn't it? But I thought overall, a very poised and efficient drive to get 3 points.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Clemson offense heading out for their next possession. And Charles, so much of this offense the last few years centering around the combination of Marcus Washington and Isaiah Streets. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Let's go!
Getting ready for their next possession, this Florida Gator offense. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, right? A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. For the Gators, they are in search of their 4th national title in school history. They lifted the trophy for the first time back in '96, and then most recently they were champions in 2006 and again in 2008. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 16. Shedding through the defense. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Clemson offense here set to take over. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A gain of 32 that time. 1st and 10 now for Clemson. A shotgun handoff to Henry. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Well, you have to think to this point in this semifinal matchup, you've got to be very impressed with the way that he's moved this offense. And they really have not missed a beat from the way that Marcus Washington led them during the regular season. If anything, actually, they might be moving the ball a little bit better.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open, so it was tucking.
And he will have a touchdown. It's their quarterback in the final seconds of the 1st half. And Clemson tacks on to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. He finds an opening past the 40. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he takes it in for a Gator touchdown. And here on the road, that could be a huge score for their morale in the 2nd half.
Every team has confidence going into the start of games, but sometimes you get it rocked a little bit, and it certainly applies here for them. But guess what? Just what you said, this touchdown can give them their belief back that they can win in the 2nd half.
We up. Who's up? We up. Let's go.
Hey, kid. Just checking in with you. How do you feel about the 1st half?
That's how we play. Let's go. We had a great 1st half. We keep doing what we're doing, we might win this thing.
There's a lot of we's in that sentence. It's a good thing to recognize your teammates, but you remember you're leading the charge tonight, all right? So get out there and let's put this thing away. 2nd half. Let's go.
Hey.
Coach.
Really good job out there in the 1st half. I should have trusted you more. That's on me.
That's right. Should have trusted me. That's why you recruited me.
Well, I can't change the past. So, let's go finish this thing off in the 2nd half. As a team.
Thanks, Coach.
The winner goes on, the loser goes home as we start the second half in this semifinal matchup from Arlington. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Gators about set to take over again on offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Give them 3 yards there on the first down pickup.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and this is picked up by the defense.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So much made about the fact that we got a quarterback who's never seen the field in a college football game, but you go back to his high school days, he's played in front of crowds. Maybe not quite this size, but it wasn't abnormal for them to have 15,000, 20,000 people in the stands at his height. And this will be a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and Clemson tacks onto their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting ready for their next possession, this Florida Gator offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
He'll drop to throw. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Escapes the defender. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Clemson offense heading out for their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant...
It's caught at the 10. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. Well, when we were setting up and going over our run-throughs early this afternoon, and I'm talking 6 hours before kickoff, we saw Isaiah Streets out there alone with just his young quarterback and center going through all sorts of different routes, making sure that they had everything ironed out, and it pays off there on the touchdown throw. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Back now here on EA Sports as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. 1st and 10, Florida. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Offside, defense.
They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years are teams seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. So they tried runs on 1st and goal and 2nd and goal, got stonewalled. Now from here, they've got to throw, right?
I would think so, and I would think you also maybe want to come up with something different in terms of formation. Maybe spread things out a little bit. Even though you're down near the goal line where things are tight, get it spread out a little bit and try and find some room to operate. Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in real...
And that's going to be caught. Touchdown, Florida. Chris Arnold. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Let's go, let's go!
Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They're in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. They're throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Arnold. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 16 yards, a first down. They'll look to throw. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
Holding offense.
And they'll let that play, the completed pass, stand as they decline the penalty.
So do you get the sense they like their defense?
Yeah, they wanted that next down to come up.
Yeah, they weren't worried about the yardage there at all. Just what you said. Let the downs trickle away.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Back to throw here. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things.
He's got a man, complete. 20, 10, and he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. What a game he's had throwing the football. This is now 4 touchdown passes, and this offense has had very little drop-off from Marcus Washington. Starting to get a sense who might be on your weekly cover of your favorite sports magazine this week. Extra point up and through, and the lead is up to 18 now. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Gators about set to take over again on offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it? And that is caught. Touchdown, Clemson. A 20-yard touchdown. And Clemson tacks on to their lead. This is really something. For a guy that had 0 touchdown passes in 4 years, heck, 0 passes in 4 years, period, he's come through with 5 touchdown strikes in this semifinal. And there was a lot of talk about maybe them simplifying this offense. Well, forget that. He's done everything that Marcus Washington had done previously and then some. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Getting ready for their next possession, this Florida Gator offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance.
They've got his man complete. And he takes it in for a Gator touchdown.
Yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point safely through, and that will shave one more off this lead. Here's Florida now after the touchdown, back out to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Clemson offense here set to take over. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts. But, well, this is taken in. It's complete. The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. Back to throw. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Clemson now with a 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. That is caught. It's Streets. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
He continues to make plays, and he looks terrific out there right now. But what I really liked, the way he's controlled this huddle, playing with a lot of confidence, and that confidence has been transmitted to the rest of the team.
And that's a touchdown late in this affair.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Come on, set. 30 base. Watch the twist, watch the twist. 5.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. So on the strength of 5 touchdown passes in the first ever college start for their senior quarterback, the Clemson Tigers are moving on to play for a national championship on January 7th.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
That was a gutsy performance out there tonight. You took us to a national championship when nobody, and I mean nobody, expected you to. And for what it's worth, I'm really glad you stayed 4 years ago.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Yeah, baby, we going to the chip. Whew. One more game, baby.
We got this, man.
Oh, yeah. Football's my life, man. But you got to stay grounded in what's important. So I got a little surprise for you.
Isaiah!
Em, looking good, Emily. Oh, and I'm loving this hat.
Thank you.
Oh.
Absolutely. Is that magenta? Fuchsia? What color is that?
Okay. Hey, I bet he'd probably be good at off the board, huh?
Yeah.
But Emily has the best games.
Okay. If you had a unicorn, Would you want its mane to be purple or pink?
Well?
Well, these are both tough, but good options. I'm gonna do pink, no question. Definitely pink.
Pink, no question.
Come on.
No, look. You see, look, you don't pick from the options given. All right, the game is in the name. Off the board. Now it's playing. Okay, look, if I had a unicorn, I'd have a mane that matches its horn. Silver.
I'd go with onyx.
Onyx? Okay. I told you, she's a pro.
Hey, how are you? Todd Atwood. I'm Emily's dad.
Hi.
Can I talk to you for a second? She's too shy to ask, but Emily wanted to know if you could do something for her in the national championship game.
Yeah, of course. Anything.
She wanted you to throw 3 touchdowns.
3? I thought I said 4.
4 touchdowns. Is that okay?
Well, 4 touchdowns is a lot.
Yeah, but how can you turn down this face? Look at that.
But I'll see what I can do.
Yes.
Don't worry. He'll do it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's great to see you again.
Great to see you too.
It was nice to meet you, Emily.
You too.
All right.
We're days away from the national championship game, and there is one big question on everyone's mind. Can lightning strike twice? Last week, we saw a quarterback with no game day experience lead his team to victory in the college football playoff semifinal. Kyle, is this kid good enough to win a championship?
Not at all.
That's it?
No, that's it. But hold on. I don't think he has to be. And let me tell you what I mean. There is so much talent on that team on both sides of the ball. Manage the game. Don't make the big mistake. I think they have a real shot. I do.
Kyle, we don't like managers of the game here at the table. Very boring, just like your shirt. I feel you, but I disagree. The team has a ton of talent, but they're going to need this dude to make some plays. They're not going to win if they hand the ball off 50 times.
You two be nice. You, Peter Schrager, do you think he'll rise to the challenge?
I do, as long as the pressure doesn't get to him.
Yeah, for real. He's about to feel that pressure. Listen, there's a lot of weight on this dude's shoulders right now. He wins this game, he punches his ticket to the NFL. He loses, and we'll see, I guess.
And then if you're a coach, how do you handle this? What do you say to a kid that has so much to lose on that field?
Hey, can I talk to you a minute?
Sure, Coach.
You know, I know it's hard to shut out all the noise. It's a lot of pressure. The only thing that we can control is what's right in front of us. And what's right in front of us is a game of football. Same rules as always. So you gotta take a step back. All right? You gotta breathe it in. You find a way to appreciate this moment, this time with your teammates, take in the crowd. Man, you do that, and everything gets real quiet. All right? So breathe. Take it in. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
I got you, Coach. Yeah, thanks.
Good on.
Yeah.
We crown a champion tonight here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara for the College Football Playoff National Championship game, as we'll see the Miami Hurricanes taking on the Clemson Tigers. Here we go, the matchup we've all been waiting. For number 1 versus number 2, and off we go in the College Football Playoff National Championship in Santa Clara. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. With one game of college experience now in his pocket, this young quarterback leads the Tigers up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll get this to Streets on the crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. And Charles, the success that this quarterback had in the semifinal, how does it translate here?
Well, it certainly helps his mindset because he has to have a lot of confidence going into this one since he did it so well in the semifinals. I do think we'll see a similar kind of offense. They'll find places for him to take his shots, and especially, you have to when you've got a weapon like Streets on the outside.
2nd and 6. Going right side here, and that's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 16 yards, a 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And that's a play that Isaiah Streets made time after time this fall on Saturday afternoon. And you got to think as this championship game continues to unfold, they have to find some way to slow him down. Double team, just anything to disrupt him as he has a knack for getting open and making big plays. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another 1st down on the pickup of 5 yards. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 3. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. And he's got it. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he will score. Touchdown, Clemson. From a yard out. And Clemson has taken the early lead. Many would call that a gutsy decision here early on to go for it, 4th and goal. There was no hesitation. Field goal unit never sniffed the field.
It was a message. And the message was, I trust you on offense. Go out and make this happen. Go ahead and pick it up. You know what else he said? I trust my defense as well. If they don't get it, I know you're going to hold them. So it's a message to your entire team that you believe in them.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Hurricanes now 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Larson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
On 2nd down, it's Larson. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got him in. Complete. 6-0 our score after 1. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the hometown guys with a football here to begin this second quarter of play, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll drop to throw. There goes a deep ball, and that is caught. Touchdown Clemson. Isaiah Streets. 34 yards, and Clemson tacks on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means...
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away.